As many of us start our holiday shopping, we might be feeling the cost a little bit more this season. In a special report to KQ2, Patrick Holleran talks to a local business about the impact tariffs might have on their costs and what it might mean for consumers.
It's the busiest time of year for U.S. shoppers, the holiday season, as millions across the U.S. from large metropolitans to small cities like St. Joseph prepare to head to the stores. A common question is how items will look due to a wave of recent tariffs. Since returning to office, the Trump administration has imposed emergency tariffs on multiple U.S. trading partners, including China, Canada, Mexico, and the European Union. The Trump tariffs have amounted to average annual tax increases of $1,200 in 2025 and $1,600 in 2026. According to data from MasterCard, some popular items impacted by tariffs include video games and consoles at 10.6%, clothing at 25.4%, and chocolate at 5.2%. Although much discussion has centered around the impact of tariffs on large corporations, local businesses have had to manage them as well, including stores right here in St. Joseph.
Like any business, Leibowitz has had to deal with tariffs. It's just the nature of the way that the economy is right now. What they usually deal with a lot of different suit jackets, like you see behind me here, or even the ties, they're made with certain materials that are taxed differently just because of their country of origin. It could be from places like China or India. There's really no telling, and how much those tariffs are going to cost, it's a bit unpredictable.
And talking to owner Mark Antle, one of the biggest things that he told me was at the end of the day, I still have to run a business.
It's bounced around so much that we're a little numb to all of that. And it's kind of a mix to us because we've got product made all over the world again. So, I don't even try to track percentages of tariffs depending on what country this stuff comes from. I still have a business to run. I can't be concerned with dialing back. You still have, in our business, you still have to present a great mix of merchandise, a good selection.
I talked to Stephen Durwoff, a distinguished service professor at the Harris School of Public Policy, to further understand the effects of tariffs on the production industry. He noted that when a tariff is implemented to raise the taxes on imports, it negatively impacts the costs of goods and the production process. He used the recent effects on the steel industry as a prime example.
By raising the price of steel and generating more domestic steel, you've also raised the price of an input to much production in the United States. And so in the first Trump administration, the losses of jobs in steel-intensive industries were 10 to 15 times as large as the improvements in steel.
Durwoff further explained that while the holidays and government shutdown may appear to exacerbate the effects of tariffs, they won't drastically alter them or dramatically cause an increase in inflation. However, he mentioned increased supply and demand for popular products will eventually pass the amount of the tariff from the firm to the consumer.
The best evidence is something on the order of 80% of the tariffs eventually are passed on to consumers. Now, I said eventually because firms are thinking about customer loyalty, preserving relationships, etc., and so they don't instantaneously pass on the tariffs.
For all businesses dealing with tariffs, the long-term hope is that relief will come at a certain point, whether that be in the end of 2025 or sometime in 2026. It will ultimately depend on whether tariffs on imports are reversed or if they remain in place permanently. Reporting in St. Joseph, Patrick Holleran,